everyone. So welcome once again to the Quantum Cafe in the Interstellar Lounge with your host here, the Cosmic Messenger. So I work as a light body technician, Reiki master teacher, aura scanning specialist, and metaphysician. Now, as we know, when we come onto the Quantum Cafe and Interstellar Lounge, quite often you'll see a wide variety of topics. It's like a central hub for a multidimensional metaphysical database where no subject under the galactic central sun is off limits. But today, we have a very special guest. And I've been working with Stephanie Bobinski for a very long time. And she always wanted to come into the Star Temple and interview me directly. She's also in the process of possibly wanting to start up a podcast as well. So she's going to be taking the reins today, asking a whole bunch of questions, being the host. And then I'll answer those questions as well, too, as we go through. And she's going to take the reins. I don't even know what she's going to ask me, but we're going to do some multidimensional decoding. I know that for sure. What is the name of your podcast or this adventure that you're kind of brewing with?
Yes, Intergalactic Awakening. And it's not just a podcast, it's a portal that we are all diving in together. So I'm so excited about this.
Fabulous.
Yes.
And what do you do for work? A little brief description of what you offer.
Oh, let's see. It's a mix of Earth energy based with galactic energy. So traveling across the multiverse, and some people might call me a soul architect, helping people find all those little pieces that might be hanging in different dimensions or realities and bring them back to the center so we can live our highest and fullest potential.
Amazing.
That's it.
This sounds fantastic. All right. So I do have to ask, is there a general theme for the day? Or are we going to be doing like all over the map multidimensional decoding?
Oh, today? A is for astral body.
Okay. All right. So that's going to be a bit of a focus.
Yes, we're focusing on the astral body today.
All right.
I'm so excited. Okay.
This is amazing. And everyone, we're getting closer to the year of the horse. We're going to be kicking into that right away soon, too. The fire horse. He's February 17th, which also has the eclipse. That's going to be on the same day, connected into the North Node. So if you're seeing this transmission, depending when it's posted, that may already be engaged, or if you catch it early, that's what we're moving into. And I'm excited to be here. I love doing this stuff. So let her rip, Steph. Let's go into the questions. I'm ready to
go. I got questions.
Yeah.
And may this be for the benefit of all beings, and including whoever's watching. So whatever it's for you, may benefit. So the astral body, what do you personally define it as? What is it?
That's a great question. So the astral body is primarily one of your subtle bodies. There's 11 of them.
Whoa.
The astral body is the one that does all non-physical adventures. So anything that is non-physical, you're going to be working with the astral body directly. The easiest one for the populace to understand at large is everybody goes to sleep at night. Well, majority of us, some of us may not sleep so much, but when we go into dream space, we're using our astral body to then engage with the dream space codes wherever we go with those visualization processes. So the astral body is, anything to do with non-physical. It also operates within, it does have higher coding to it, but primarily in 3D on Earth, we're working with the astral body being the fourth dimension. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's non-physical realities.
Non-physical
realities. Which includes where our emotions come up from, how does our extrasensory perception develop before it's then instructed to move through the human vessel. And the astral body comes with you.
Where does
every single lifetime that you incarnate, you will always have your astral body from exactly where it left off.
And then it keeps developing, like you just keep developing, like as we evolve, then it also evolves as well. Okay.
It can de-evolve too, though, depending on the level of consciousness that sentient creature is embodying or the conditions on the plane of existence or planet that you incarnate into.
Wow.
That can kind of pull it down a little bit, but the astral body is still going to be, it's very susceptible to intense energies, magical and intense.
Okay.
But primarily it's going to resonate at a higher consciousness than, say, what a 3D base drop in consciousness would go with the mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. So it depends on the conditions of what you're incarnating with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so what is its primary function or purpose of like the astral body?
Okay. So the primary function and purpose for the astral, this is great, is to enable your consciousness to then go on non-physical reality adventures, soul journeys, while you're still in the body. Okay?
Yeah.
So the second one, most important, well, they're all just as important. The second one that's working with us directly, other than the higher self, is going to be the etheric double. And the etheric double is the one that is linked to the astral body directly. It's holding the form into place so that when you do like an out of body journey or you go super far with astral traveling, you're not going to feel disconnected from your human vessel.
Mm.
It's going to hold it more into place. If there's been damage along the way to the etheric body, that's going to affect the astral body. And some humans feel like, whoa, I literally did left. And then they want to call back in to go back into their soul, like if they had a near death experience or something like that as well, too. Yeah. So you're using it primarily for out of body journeys, astral traveling, and then it assists you when you have a visualization process, not when you're remembering something that you watched in entertainment, unless it was you journeying back to the place or the future timeline where you went to that concert and you were dancing, for instance. Or maybe you're having a memory of a lifetime, I don't know, on another planet or even on Earth, and it happened a couple lifetimes ago. If you're visualizing that you're going there, your astral body's taking you on that journey directly. It's the interface to which you then can journey with your consciousness and able to pull it in those different directions. So it's multidimensional. It doesn't just sit in one timeline. It also has other key features that are amazing. It has the ability to bilocate, trilocate, quadlocate.
And can you go beyond that?
You can go beyond that,
so
yes.
Does that mean it's not like splitting, like it's like duplicating itself, or like what to go into different places?
Precisely.
Okay.
So it's adding upon what's already there. It's not splicing itself to be into, but it would look like a splicing.
Okay.
It's actually doubling its magnification at that point.
Wow.
So you can be in multiple spaces at one time. So like if we take archangels, for instance, lots of humans work with them. They call them in for assistance. What happens if you're in, I don't know, we're both in Victoria and we call in Archangel Michael at the same time. And then another human is on the other end of the planet and they call in the same one. How can they work with all three at the same time? So the astral body can like pretty much go infinite amounts. But working with bilocating, trilocating, and quadlocating is where you want to begin. Because with the current conditions in the human mind and our psyche, we want to be able to tap in to, if you split yourself into a million different pieces and amplify it, you may not be prepared for that work right off the bat.
Yes.
And it's not really going to happen that way. It's going to be gradual as you open up your consciousness.
Okay.
Yeah. So the easiest one is you're bilocating in two different places. You went into your dream space and your physical body was still on the bed. You bilocated. A practitioner is doing work on a treatment table, doing an energetic healing session. It's sending the astral body out to the other end of the table. Now you have 4 hands instead of 2 to do the work.
Wow. And would it be just as powerful to have, like, if you just had, like, Derek was working on me, and then if you had, like, his astral body also working on me, would it just be the same amount of energy?
No, it's way stronger.
It's stronger. Or no, I mean like because there's 2, but is it the same equal? Like if you were here in physical form, and then if you had like your astral body when it worked on someone, would that be equal to you being in physical form?
Right. It's going to be variable depending on the day, the experience, and the alignments. Quite often with your subtle bodies, we're all equal in power, but they're more powerful at this point in time.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's going to carry that much more abundance of energy. But as you merge with your astral body more and come into contact, you almost fuse together, like you become one of the same. That's the whole idea with our metaphysical parts right now, is to reunite them and bring them back to the human vessel so that human vessel is almost semi-etheric at times and super astral, that they're one of the same and they carry the same vibratory complex. Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, so the subtle bodies are going to have a finer frequency, which is going to carry a more abundance amount of energy.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, and then you can instruct it to do whatever you want. Most humans are uncomfortable being like, but then I want it to go over to the legs and do this work, or I want to see what it's like to remote viewing. You use that with astral body too, to go on top of that building and then see what's going on up there. Let yourself take the journey and give it instructions. It's a
Mhm.
combination of the universe pumping energy through it and working with it, and a combination of us working with it directly and giving it instructions too.
Mhm.
The main thing is to learn the basics first.
Yeah. And what would be the basics?
The basics would be it's going to be variable because there's so many different ways to work with the astral body specifically. But let's say you were learning like the basics of Reiki. Within 1 year max of everybody using it, quite often you create your own hand positions and start to play around with it. It's the same way with the astral body. You want to learn those basics first and then play around with them. So bilocate, don't trilocate. Just start with bilocating to start, right? Or go and do guided visualizations and activations. Join a group in town that's putting them on as an event. And then practice letting your consciousness journey a little bit further. And then see if you can partially be lucid during the experience, letting it come in and controlling it at the same time.
Mhm.
Oh, I had this visual come through the guided meditation because it was all about creating a new solar system within. We took a big journey and then I got to Mars, but I wanted to go like into Mars's core, but I didn't quite go there. Let yourself go.
Okay.
Practice taking your psyche to
Interesting.
go there. Because the opposite, what we're having right now is entertainment, movies, pop culture. It's creating those images inside of our heads and it's doing the journey for us. And we think something else should be then taking us to where we need to go. Where it's quite the opposite. It's a co-creation.
Wow, that's cool.
So I would practice during working with it during meditation. Another one is with crystals. Like just start with the basics, get a couple crystals that you want to connect with. Specifically, maybe search out ones, type them in the internet, talk to individuals at shops, metaphysical shops, rock places, crystal shops, and then have them tell you a little bit about the astral body connection with that crystal. Does it increase the visualization process? Does it help with auto body journeys? Stuff like that. Are you wanting to work with psychic surgery? And then practice with that crystal. Start with one or two and then hold it and then see how that impacts your psyche when you're attending an event like the guided meditation, or you're going to some version of a frequency bath or a gathering where you're opening up your energy fields, and then go from there. That you want things that are going to stimulate the fourth dimension and bring that online.
Mhm.
Yeah. If you already have an extrasensory perception, you're getting ear tones, lights flashing, then work with those and just kind of swim in that language for a while.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are you
Dream
aware?
space is the main one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Are you aware of where your astral body is right now?
Am I aware of where my astral body is? Certain aspects of it. I don't think there's any humans on this planet that could keep track of everywhere it went. We
Yeah.
haven't evolved to that point yet.
Okay, because it could be going in just completely different dimensions that we just couldn't be able to see it, like almost like would it disappear?
Yes.
Like because your consciousness isn't expanded to that place?
It wouldn't disappear, but it would be out of your range of perception.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally, that's exactly it. And so, like, quite often, your astral body's like in the room that you're in, looking back at you in like a third person view. Then there's other times where it could be all of a sudden you're thinking of being at home. Maybe you have a spirit animal that you live with, and then you've located it over there. And then you have a couple more doing psychic surgery, and then a couple others dissolving the matrix, and another one's in another lifetime,
Yeah.
connecting into its codes.
Yeah.
You have 144 parts of your oversoul, right? So we have one soul, you in this body, then 144 that are born at the same time. And when you incorporate them into the mix, they all have astral bodies.
Yeah, okay, they all have. That's why I was wondering if they all have astral bodies, but then what about like within the complete identity,
Yeah.
1,728
Yeah.
versions of you? So they each all have astral bodies, and then is there a core astral body, or like are they communicating, or like how is that?
There is a central hub. Everything has a central hub that it then merges that energy back into. Yes.
Okay.
So the true term for it right now, as we're using the language on Earth, would be an astral twin.
Okay.
Yeah, so your astral body's an astral twin. It's like you have two of you, and one's physical and one's in the
One's physical. It's okay, doing
Yeah.
a thing.
And yes, it's you'd be feeding that larger source,
And
your astral body consciousness.
are they all feeding the larger source? Like, are they all kind of like doing things to just support whatever the larger source is, like its intention, or like what is happening at, like what is directing all these astral bodies to do what they're doing.
Well, you'd have to pry into the human energy field, and then you'd have to check out what your soul contracts were to find out what the initial one is for the core. Those kinds of levels aren't fully coming online for the human populace right now. We're going through them in layers. Stuff that we're working on for the oversoul, yes, but with complete identity, that's a whole nother dimension.
Yeah.
And it is feeding a core source mission at the end of it all. Okay. But we do know that everything is derived towards gaining consciousness, remembering who you are, and cleaning up the distortions that you've experienced.
Yeah.
So most likely, things are going to end up into that field. But as you master the astral body, you're also able to then co-create with the universe in ways far beyond anything we can possibly imagine. Like taking this entire room and then shrinking it into like a little box, delivering it to where it needs to go, and then it holographically opens itself back up. Because the astral body, when it mutates, it's working with your plasma body, which is another one of your subtle bodies, which is enabling it to biomorph, shapeshift.
Yeah.
And shapeshifting is a big thing in astral body as well, too. Yeah.
My God.
For both nefarious and illuminating purposes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They both come into play.
And then I guess, can you explain a little more about the nefarious and the astral body or something? And do we need protection, or what's that like when we're like want to travel, or intention, or around that lines of.
Okay. That's a big topic when we go through that one. The nefarious aspects, they are, before I get into them, they are pieces of you and you are pieces of them. Okay? It's all one prime creator. What happened was, quite a long time ago, it's all quantum, so it's happening in the now. That's why we can repair it. The astral plane split into two sections. All the other dimensions didn't. Astral plane has a lower and an upper. Okay. The upper is when we're going on beautiful astral journeys. We're communicating with the David kingdoms, the elementals, the whole bit. We're working on our higher principles. The emotional body is used as a complete tool for illumination, crystalline properties. The lower half is your shadow work, your crystalline codes for working through the mirror work, the muck, cleaning up the intensities. But then it also has lower fourth dimensional entities that can come through those portals if some other source is opening up these zones in order to bring them through by tricking the human populace, and then they start acting certain things out because they love junk food and pop culture and synthetic chemicals, and that opens up different portals, which enable that to come through. And it's just showing you the lesson. Don't do this because this happens. It's pretty simple, really. But these negative entities then come in, and if it goes unguarded, they attach to your energy fields. Or they can plant etheric implants amongst there, and that's the version of the astral body that's gone haywire. Because it'll go anywhere in the cosmos. Like, the astral body's fast. It's instantaneous travel. You could take yourself on a guided journey to get there and have an experience, but it can also get there instantly. Hence why we can send universal life force energy across the planet. But for the nefarious stuff, that would be aspects of it too. Like if somebody's using copious amounts of like chemical substances, like that can throw the astral body off for sometimes many lifetimes to repair.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it can take time. So it's going to be variable on the human, depending what their timelines and what they've experienced. A lot of trauma aspects will then manifest through the astral body because it's the seat of your emotions. And then they start to manifest and show up in different ways. Even if it's PTSD, it might be like severe amounts of anxiety or like, crawling into our own shells, and we're like putting up these boundaries because we're like scared to receive the pleasures of life because maybe we had certain types of abuse. And then we have different emotions that can come up from it. We might be scared, different things like that. Copious amounts of fear. That's a big one that's on the planet right now. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. There's so many. It's wonderful. This is great.
Right. Galactic Encyclopedia.
Yes, I know. I'm like, oh.
These are great questions, by the way. Keep them coming.
Oh, yeah. And is there like anything, like what would be like the number one thing that we need to know about it?
to know about the astral body
Yeah.
is that you want to control it rather than it controlling you.
Okay.
Because if you let it control you, in the conditions we're on Earth, then you'll have those nefarious aspects come through, and that's going to pull you in different directions.
Okay.
And when you fill up your astral body full of this other programming, you fill up your subconscious with all of these sound bites, images that get encoded into your astral body, and then they affect your day-to-day life. Like, why aren't I bringing in as much money energy exchanges?
Okay.
How come this won't manifest? Why do I keep attracting this type of a partner? Because there's all this programming running on in the background, and it's being filled up because your astral body is able to go literally into it. It goes through the walls. It goes through the movie screen. It's feeling everything. Everything.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Because when you feel something, we can touch it and it can be tactile. But when you just like feel that emotion or you feel a sensation in a room, where does that come from? It's one of your 5 clairs, right? Clairsentient. I'm feeling it. But you can also, your feelings move like your emotions. They're not tangible in the way that we would make contact with, like, I can hold my arm or touch the alarm clock. So that's also a part of the emotional and feeling complex, which resonates with the astral body as well, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So is the astral body holding all the like mental and emotional, like all the sort of energies of those? Is that where does it?
The mental stuff can then incorporate through it because of that programming and the images, but usually it's done with a lot of sound bites and imagery.
Yeah.
The mental activity of the thoughts and stuff is its own layer of existence. Yeah, which taps into the universal mind. Then we have the human mind, and then you have the matrix mind.
Well, that'll be another one. That'll be another topic.
Exactly. But they influence each other because depending where you're around, your environment's gonna mold your astral body.
Okay.
And you want it radiant and robust rather than programmed and manipulated and sprayed with chemicals.
Yeah.
Because chemicals can come down in 3D. You can spray a table, clean it with Viper spray, all the things they use. Restaurants. At the end of the day, that's still transferring through you, going through your aura, which has all your 11 subtle bodies, and it's impacting them.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. So then how do you keep it radiant and robust?
While you stay chemical free, that's a really good one. You create a robust environment, but then you use your astral body to then go, let's say, put them on galactic rescue missions. Send it out to these timelines where things were affected. Bring back the higher consciousness codes. Send it on a journey to retrieve like timelines when you weren't affected by these certain types of emotions. Ask it to go bring in your guides for assistance for protection with your aura, or create an etheric shielding or different things like that. Exercise your astral body on a regular basis. Take the master reins and send it where it needs to go to repair that stuff as well too. But your main one's going to be creating a crystalline environment, which includes EMF protection. One day we won't have to use EMF protection because there will be nothing to protect from. But right now, Organite, the pyramids that you can sit in, bioshields that plug into the wall. You can get lots of like different metal alloy cards that you can put in your wallet or by your Wi-Fi box, stuff like that. Shungite's a great one. There's crystals that you can use for that. So by keeping all that in check, that's going to help keep your astral body robust because it won't have interference. And then another one with the astral body is embracing the change. That's the biggest one. When healing work comes your way, if you run the other direction, your astral body is going to go keep retrieving stuff and wanting to bring it back to the fold. Go, look, this is distorted. That's why you have a healing session and all these things bubble up to the surface. Your astral body's like, no, I don't want that to go. Come back. I want it to stay here and be healed and worked on. So it's kind of like watching over to make sure none of your metaphysical parts fly too far.
Yes.
Yeah. Your light body is the casing that's holding it all together, though.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Is it always traveling, the astral body?
Yes.
Yeah. It doesn't ever sit in does it ever chill?
It chills inside of your body, but it's simultaneously traveling. Lots. It's always in motion. But the thing is, it doesn't mean that it's going far every time.
Okay.
Kind of like when you're sleeping or you're meditating, everybody's like, I want to shut off my mind. I don't want to have any more thoughts. Well, if you shut off your thoughts, your mind's not going to work anymore.
Yeah.
That's why nothing really truly ever turns off.
Hmm.
And it's actually more active while you sleep.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I definitely feel that.
100%.
Then with dream work, how can you remember where your astral body has gone and how can you bring that into conscious reality so you can like support each other?
Right. Well, that's a combination of practicing lucid dreaming. So we have all these humans that are going to university, going to school, taking all these courses. They're learning to be, like psychologists and plumbers and auto repair technicians. But when do we train anybody to do lucid work with their dreams? And yet we dream a third of our lives. So clearly it's important. So that would be something to start developing with the collective at large, to start creating some star schools that help us work with our dream space. Non-manipulative, no weirdness going on, just you and your set of codes. But you have to know your codes in order then to remember more of them and to work through them.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, the environment is messing with our dream space. So it's removing ourselves from dream recall as much as possible. But when you journal when you wake up, or if you're saying before you sleep, I'd like to be worked on while I sleep with beings that are working for my highest good at this point in time only, my higher dimensional, transdimensional team. I have certain crystals equipped around the bed or metaphysical tools, and I want to remember more of the codes and do that deeper work.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, lots of humans are doing it. I have a ton of clients that are currently very high level dreamers.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll see something in their dream and they'll walk down the street and the very thing will happen. Mm-hmm. Others will pick up and combo each other in the dream space and do work together. Mm-hmm. They'll come and make announcements before sessions start or after that so-and-so was in the dream, you were there too, and we did X, Y, and Z. Mm-hmm. So it's okay if you don't remember them because the astral body's remembering it.
Okay.
Yeah, between that and the higher self, they're talking to each other, mm-hmm. and they're remembering what took place. So the remembering everything isn't so much as important as it is actually know that your astral body's doing the work.
Yes.
But if you do have a remembering and you want to decode it, then it's important to do the research. Dive in. Don't just go to the library or some shelf and go, dreaming 101. What does it mean with one sentence? Go in for the good stuff, mm-hmm. or perhaps hire a practitioner that can do a decoding session and then go in and talk about the dream space. What took place? Why did you see those images? Because you're getting thousands of codes and symbols, millions of them actually. Mm-hmm. And as you're born, you're working through them in this lifetime. It could be a table, a chair, an eagle, a friend, whatever. And every time that you successfully work through them, then those symbols are finished.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why no two dreams are ever the same twice.
Yes. Yeah. And I know I go through phases of dreams where it's like I'm climbing through these holes and it's kind of like danky. And then it's like, oh, after like a week, that kind of dream shifts to something else.
Exactly. Like, now, if others are wanting to learn more about their dreams and they say to me, well, every night I go to sleep, I fall asleep too quick before I can even get to that space to do that deeper lucid work and the whole bit. Listening to certain solfeggio frequencies while you sleep can help.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is how important it is to you. Unless you actually make yourself stay up, set the intentions, have the journal by the bed, and you're thinking about it 24/7, it's not going to enhance itself.
Yeah.
You have to dive in like you're going to the gym to work out. You have to go regularly. It has to be important to you. Yeah. But if you're a natural dreamer, like with high skills, it's just going to flow automatically. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we can boost its vortex for sure. But EMF is messing with sleep.
Yeah.
So it's not helping with dream recall at all.
Mm-hmm. And could you get your astral body to create like protection around the space?
Okay.
Like that
So yes, and we're going to get to that one in a sec. I just remembered another one that certain plant spirit medicines can help you with dream recall or opening up the dream space. Yeah. So I highly recommend contacting like a registered herbalist, somebody who's really trained up and knows the plant spirit aspects. And then you could do like drop dosing for that.
Yeah.
Which is really potent.
Yeah.
Astral body to protect the space 100%. So one of the things I teach during my multidimensional Reiki courses is in second degree, we learn how to cleanse the space with the Reiki symbols. Mm-hmm. At one point, you're standing in the middle of the room and then you're projecting them out to the corners of the room. If you go to another level and then you send your astral body, a version of you, out to go with those symbols on top of it, then you're going to double the frequencies.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can set it up to be there. It can act as a protector, or you can get it to install different things while you're doing work on yourself. You don't even have to see a practitioner to do this. You just need to, which is way more beneficial because then you're in a receptive state. But if you're dedicated, you could set up all sorts of psychic surgery to take place, both consciously and it'll happen on its own. So it can work with helping to protect that, yes. But it's your aura that's going to do the work at the end of the day.
Yes.
That's your main feature. You're setting up the astral body for etheric shielding, but cleansing the aura, keeping it robust so that things are kept at bay. Yeah.
And can people go too far with their astral body that like could cause psychosis if you like just jump too quickly into things or kind of get the astral body to go too many places at once?
That can happen, and we see it regularly happen with mental health all the time on the planet. But if we were in the right conditions and we were passing it through our DNA, illuminated children are born, illuminated parents, illuminated grandparents, and we're feeding that through that system, whatever terms we use at that point in time, then it's going to not really have that split that sets them off into the mental health zones where there's a bit of psychosis. Because what's happening is they're just more connected, but it connected in too quick from coming to 3D to the other form.
Yeah.
For some humans, it might be, a lot of them is like when we have near-death experience. And then they see themselves floating over top of their own body and they feel completely separated. And it's almost like very scary for the human to experience that. And they want to come back. But the idea from it was to show them that there's way more happening than 3D, to give them a big, powerful experience.
Yeah.
And that you have the choice to come and go. But as far as the psychosis go, you see it all the time. And it can manifest in many forms. I'm beyond labels, but you see it happen, whether it's schizophrenia, bipolar, those kinds of aspects, a splitting of the consciousness and feeling like there's two different beings going on. Really, you're just seeing more of what's actually taking place. They're more connected, but it's too fast, too quick. And that's what happens when you disengage from metaphysical practices for thousands of years.
Yeah.
You're not in training the children for the new earth frequencies that are coming in or to be able to support themselves when things go wild. Sometimes it can be a little bit of a certain plant, spirit, medicine, or substance that opens things up a little bit too far for that individual.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's generally an illuminating experience, but it can happen. And that's when doing soul retrieval work can really help because you're bringing back those parts that got fragmented.
Yes.
And then you can start to heal those various areas.
Yeah.
There's other factors that you can do to remediate that as well, too. But we need more individuals on the planet who are masters of working with mental health through an energetic soul perspective.
Yes.
Yeah, there's way more that we can be doing. We're just getting started. We know very little, actually.
Yeah.
In that department. But yes, the astral body going too far can cause that stuff as well, too.
Yes.
I just want to journey and go to the fractal as far as I can. Yeah, you don't want to launch yourself out like that. Probably not the best idea. But if you're naturally attuned to fractals and you can feel the journey of it coming towards you and you nicely moving through them, because I was attracted to them from the very first day I witnessed them.
Yeah.
And I could stare at those images for hours of it just like going through time and space. So it depends on where your soul journey is at and what kind of level you've achieved. Yeah.
Yeah, because as you were talking, I was like, can I go to my complete identity and put my astral body into 1720?
Yes.
And I was like, I could almost feel the edge of like my limits of like, whoa, that feels very strange. Like even just thinking of that as a possibility to do that. I was like, well, that's kind of crazy. And then using the Reiki symbols around each one of my incarnations that existed now. I'm like,
so right now what we're talking about is like advanced parameters of them, and I think it's good to cover the whole spectrum because there's a lot of humans that have done, many years of energy work dedicated on a regular basis. They filled up their home with metaphysics. And if you're at those states and you've done a lot of work, then you can start going to those next levels.
Yeah.
100%. I don't want anybody to be scared to do any of this stuff. to be able to try anything out, but just be mindful. It's like if you go to the gym and all of a sudden you're like, I'm going to lift 1,000 pounds, it's probably going to crush your shoulders if you're doing like a lift.
Yeah.
So you might want to start slower just to adjust to the frequencies.
Yeah. So just like your physical body, you go to the gym, you're just slowly raising up and lifting more weight and expanding more. So
yeah. But eventually moving to your complete identity and then merging it with other modalities. Oh yeah, 100%. About time we start to get into those realms.
Yeah, let's go, baby. In a safe way.
100%.
A message from your sponsor, your Astral body.
There you go. This broadcast is sponsored by your Astral twin.
Literally. Probably was like, gosh, barely any people know about me.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I am very highly advanced and studied like a lot of spiritual stuff. And I was like, I barely know anything about my astral body.
Right.
Like, I obviously need to know about it. So it is sponsored by your astral body.
And we'll be back after a commercial break from the Syrians.
Yeah.
No commercials here. But anyhow.
The Syrians, what would they be promoting?
Oh, well, they work with the 6-dimensional energetics. And that's the next level of the astral planes.
Is it, what would they be like?
All the even numbers.
What would the commercial be though?
I don't know. I could probably come up with something after the recording's done.
I'm curious what they would be promoting. Only 4 easy payments. To
interweave your DNA into your astral body process to plug in your 6th and 5th strands. 5th and 6th.
All free dollars here at the podcast.
Okay.
Okay, let's see what else. Let's see. What does it feel like for the astral body to be intact? Like to be fully intact, like to be fully connected to your astral body? Does it have a certain feeling or notice, or like how do you notice that in your consciousness for your astral body? Like, and then does it fragment? Like, how do we know when we're disconnected from it as well?
Mm-hmm. That's a good question, for sure. Well, sometimes we don't know when we feel disconnected from it. Mm-hmm. But as you're like, if another human was interacting with a human, if they were like aware and open, they could feel energy, they would notice that there's these missing gaps that are going on within time and space. Some of it can be blocked memories that are just blanked right out, mm-hmm. or pieces of timelines where we're not even connected to our multidimensional realities. Mm-hmm. And so that's not normal, mm-hmm. on the planet. As far as feeling it inside of you when you're fully connected to it, you'll travel with ease. You won't be worried, concerned, or even have any issues with where you're going. Mm-hmm. You won't say, but I don't know where it took me, or we went and got some codes, but I don't know what they mean. Mm-hmm. You'll know. You'll connect with it regularly. Okay. Your visualization processes will be open, and if you don't visualize, your feeling centers will be that much more open. Mm-hmm. You'll feel a lot higher vibration moving through you, but it'll be a warming sensation to the body when it nestles in close.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so you could connect to your astral body, like you can communicate with it and be like, oh, what codes did you just get and where did you go? Can exactly. You just like connect and make a conversation with them?
Yep. I'm in the cafe. I want to beam heart-centered frequencies out. You're doing it with ease. The astral body's assisting with that process.
Cool.
Yeah.
I like this.
So it's there. It's with you. It has that warming sensation. It's not quite as warm as feeling the light body, but it's more like you feel that warmth and then you feel a rush of energy move through you. It's almost like you get tuned in for a quick second. You're like, whoa, there I am.
Okay. And I can see it like almost like it's going, like receiving codes or activating or something, and then it comes back, brings and kind of integrates with your physical body.
Yeah, so you're feeling what it's bringing back generally most of the time.
Energetic gifts, kind of.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, that's cool.
But you'll feel the difference like you're in a room. Like if we have all the material realms in the Star Temple here right now, and if I was to instantly clear out all of the items and I was standing in a blank room, there'd be more echo when I speak. It would have a different energy signature. That can feel, it's not that it emptifies, if that's a word, empties, but it'll feel different. Like if you were to pick up a car and take it out of the garage, it does a different quality of whether it's in the garage. Mm-hmm. So your astral body goes out and does a journey, then you're going to feel like, whoa, the energy shifted a little bit.
Yeah.
It's doing it regularly. We're just not tapping into it.
Yeah.
All day, every day. You're at the gas station, you're in school, you're working at a fast food joint. Doesn't matter what you're doing on the planet. You're feeling it.
Yeah, yeah.
You're just not aware of it. Doing
Yeah.
things regularly.
This is cool that you bring this up because now I notice like sometimes I'll be like chilling, I'll be like, whoa, I just felt something, or like tingle and a shift and be like, I'm not sure what that was, so it makes more sense. Like now I understand. So I'm like, okay, something just happened there. And
Exactly.
then I can see what just went down.
Mhm.
This is great.
That's your astral body, 100%.
Oh, good.
And again, everything's communicating with your higher self and your light body, and it's bringing in those codes and those wisdoms to move through.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we all connected to our astral bodies?
Yes.
Yeah.
There can be some that are like severely removed.
Yeah, yeah.
There might be a few cases where maybe there's some NPCs walking around on the planet, non-player characters. They don't even have a soul or they're not connected to it. I think at this timeline, we should be open to all versions of the conversations, or potentially that may have been completely removed from the vessel. But you have your astral body. If you have a soul and you're in a body, your astral body is going to come with you in every lifetime, right? You can actually blow those parts up, but then you wouldn't have a soul and you wouldn't be able to incarnate. And that's an incredibly like high task of like nefarious purposes gone haywire. You could blow up your astral body to be completely disconnected from your body. Yes. Very, very, very rare. That's like the level of blowing up the consciousness on a planet.
Wow.
So you can't even find your home planet to go back home to.
Whoa.
So yeah, anything's possible. But our subtle bodies and our astral body are so robust that like it's not going to happen. Yeah, unless you're messing with some very severe stuff, and that's usually somebody else doing it to you.
Yes. What are we maybe have covered this already, but like benefits of it?
And your astral body's still going to exist after.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can't end the astral body. Okay, so your question again there?
Benefits of it.
The benefits of the astral body?
Like, I guess, knowing about it, or yeah, any benefits. Like, what's the benefit of having and knowing about your astral body?
Well, you're connected more into your dream space. It's you're able to journey more further with your visualization process, which opens up your imagination centers. So creativity can go through the roof.
Okay.
Say you're out right? You're out in the sun, you're bathing in photonic light codes, and it feels all warming to the body, middle of summer. Your astral body's going in and like going through all those light beams, receiving information, and then your astral body collects this information and then figures out which department do I want to dump it into. Am I dumping it into your higher self? Am I dumping it into my Merkaba? Is it going into my fifth dimensional chakra system? And it's placing it in those different parts. So you almost feel like you have like a mailroom system and it's sifting through all the information and telling it where to go. It's like then you have more of a management team watching over everything.
Yeah.
Plus, it makes life way more cosmic, fun, playful, experimental. It opens so many more realms up. Yeah.
Wow.
Plus, then you're able to increase your healing capabilities, especially for light workers and individuals that do energetic sessions.
Yeah.
Because then you're using your astral body consciously to do bilocating and work during the process as well, too. You can feel like you're bringing your soul parts back to your human vessel, anything that's shattered, even if it's bloodlines, and healing that. You can journey back to those places, work on the trauma or whatever else programming is there.
Yeah. Okay. So now I'm seeing like when I'm on the table and I'm like, oh, now I'm in a spaceship. And then now I'm like, okay, now I'm in some ancient timeline. And now I'm like on the inside of the earth. And so that's my astral body, like showing me those places. Like that's where I'm going.
Exactly.
Okay. That's cool.
It's taking you there. Your Merkaba light ship goes with too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Does the Merkaba also stay here with this physical body or it just goes there? Like that's its.
It's in all dimensions simultaneously.
That's nice.
Yeah. So it's here, it's there, it goes, and it comes. Same with your astral body.
Okay. I would love to know where's your astral body right now? Can you tune in and
where's my astral body right now?
What's it doing and what you see?
It's doing multiple things right now. There's one version of it behind me that has its hands on my shoulders. There's another one outside of the front door, okay? Kind of acting as a guardian.
Yeah, yeah.
I have two other ones that are really far. One's currently with the Octurian High Council, and then the other one is engaging with wanting to assist with siphoning the energy in the opposite direction from where the Matrix is feeding the Demiurge.
Wow.
The core source of its energetic siphoning. It's pulling it out in the other direction. And then I have one that's merged right now with my feline friend Rosie at home. Her astral body and mine are communicating at the same time, interacting. She used to be a human too, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh my God. Oh, it's okay. Rosie. Does Rosie live with you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. 16 solar years.
Wow. Happy birthday, Rosie.
Mhm.
Oh, that's great. This is great. I just have so many questions. This is an interesting question. But okay, so then what is the soul in comparison to the astral body?
The soul in comparison to the astral body, the souls that's animating our entire experience.
Uh-huh.
So any metaphysical parts that we have, any versions of anything, the soul's allowing it to have character, allowing it to animate, and it all, basically everything plugs into your soul.
Mm-hmm. Okay, everything plugs in.
Yeah. So your soul's the interface that allows those other things to be alive.
Okay, and that
to animate, to move,
Okay.
to do things, whether it's extrasensory perception, eating food, walking your body,
yeah.
connecting into your astral body. None of it would be taking place if we didn't have any form of an energetic soul body.
Can the soul like end? Or does it just keep like can it just die, I guess, and then not be emanating?
There's a couple ways to look at it. The soul is infinite and it never expires and it never goes and it's always was there, but it can choose to reattach or detach to Prime Creator depending on the amount of experiences and work that it chooses to do. In a 3D sense, if we want to be open to the conversation, your soul's going to live for no less than like hundreds of billions of years, and it could expire after that. That's like the least scenario that could occur. And I think in this veil of forgetting, we need to be open to it, but you're going to live for a very, very, very long time. But everything in the universe is all interconnected with particles, so it always continues on. You don't expire when you leave the body. You keep on moving.
Just keep on living.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. And then if you merge back with Prime Creator, you can come back as another piece of a different soul. It's still you. Nothing's ever the same twice. Every single micro nanosecond of every day. So yeah, your soul doesn't expire. It lives forever. The why fear death?
Yes. What is actually happening during astral projection?
During astral projection, your consciousness is being sent out to different time places and then forming through the plasma body, creating interfaces within to work through in non-physical realities.
Mm-hmm.
You're also taking your consciousness on a journey to be able to have exploration. So you can go through different planes of existences, learn, grow, evolve, and sometimes have a party, have fun. Oh, there's a whole bunch of light codes, or I'm celebrating the plant kingdoms, and you get to interact with them. You can communicate telepathically with your higher self through the astral body. So then you can have all sorts of communication with the entire cosmos being one point of attention no matter where you exist.
Mm-hmm.
That's like the highest levels you can achieve. Probably goes even beyond that.
Where's the farthest have you gone?
With my
consciousness?
I don't really have a limit.
Well, what is as far as you remember that you've gone?
As far as I remember that I've gone would be prying into the next universe that's adjacent to this one.
Okay.
Yeah. And seeing through in that one. That's one aspect. I've gone into like my complete identity in the 12th dimensional version. So each dimension you go up, you have to times that number by 2, 1,728 pieces of you. There's the 5 harmonic universes on Earth, diving into a fractal as far as you can possibly go, knowing it's going to spit me out the other side perfectly where I'm placed. Things like that. The core source of the imagination and creative centers. The mother goddess that birthed everything. re-merging with Prime Creator, going back into the spirit realm. It's kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before everything existed and it's always ever been there. Stuff like that.
Just a casual conversation here.
Just a casual conversation down to the iron crystal core of the planet. All right, we got time for one more question.
One more question. Oh, hot dog. Okay.
Make it your best one
Oh
ever.
my God.
No pressure.
Okay, no pressure, but I do have another page here.
Okay, we can do 2 more.
Okay, wait.
Apparently she has a lot.
Few more. Like, keep going. Let's see.
We'll do 2 more.
Okay, let's see which one's the best one. Please hold onto your astral bodies and check in while you're waiting here while I get the question. Are the astral bodies connected to the collective fields, like the astral fields or field?
Well, the astral body connects into your consciousness, and your consciousness is automatically stored in the field of everything. But when you're on a specific plane of existence, a planet, something like that, a dimensional blueprint, all of that stuff feeds into an outer atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
So every single thing that you think, everything that you do, it passes through your astral body and it goes out to that collective consciousness. Like consciousness occupies every inch of the entire universe, like universal life force energy.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't really get away from it, but then there's localized areas that join together. Like, a certain type of bird, they would all speak together as a higher consciousness, one hub, plus then their individual self.
Mm-hmm.
Humans would do the same thing. Reptiloids, insectoids, beings on Venus in the 4th dimension.
Mm-hmm.
They would be all communicating together in their own plane, on top of still connecting all of them together after, right? Some have hive minds, other ones have collective consciousness. Your astral body is the one that links into it, hence why we can do collective transmutation work with the plasma body again. Which plasma body allows it to transmute. Yep. That just automatically happens. Whatever you do automatically goes to the collective. That's why we need to be very mindful about what we're doing.
Well,
yeah.
I love it. I love it so much. Okay, let's do, so like trauma in the astral body, is dissociation, that's correct. Dissociation? That's how I'm saying
Disassociation.
Yeah. Related to astral displacement.
Sometimes, but not always.
Okay.
But the act of when you pull yourself out from something completely, that would be a form of like using your astral body in order to protect yourself.
Okay.
From something that's just so intense that it needs to be in a container until the individual's ready to heal. So yes.
Okay, yeah.
You can disassociate with your mental body too.
Yeah.
Which a lot of the times that's what it ends up being, but other times it's through your emotions or your feeling center. But if you pull yourself back and out from your own body, then you're accessing your astral body.
Okay.
So yeah, astral body and disassociation is a thing.
Okay.
It's like a preservation technique.
Yeah.
The thing is, if it goes on for decades or super long, then it can cause more problems if it's not resolved.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You don't want to be in that container. That's my recommendation. Use it for what's necessary at certain periods of time. But once you've passed your Saturn returns, especially at 29, the less you can hold that container, the more healing you'll be able to bring quicker. Mm-hmm. If you're a youngling, then there might be some situations where you're like, whoa, until I can live on my own, I have to kind of go through this mode. But it's not a desirable situation at all to be involved in. It's very complex. So use it as a tool, but don't use it as a tool that like, I'm going to use it for my whole life. Because in the end, that the second half of the journey is going to cause more complications.
Wow.
In the end. But it's useful in the short term in certain situations. But it's best to take it to another level and consciously disassociate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that would be a realm for somebody to dive into, to develop healing sessions for that and start teaching the masses on that particular area. Because again, we're just like infants in that direction as well too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's necessary to go into those realms. But then we see that there's always PTSD or trauma that comes with it,
Yeah.
which is very uncomfortable to live with.
Mhm.
But the situation that you're working through may have been like way more discomforting than the actual after effects.
Yeah.
So it's going to be situation by situation, and a lot of love and care and attention needs to go through it. But the more you can remediate after, the quicker that it'll serve its purpose for healing
Mhm.
and get out of that zone quicker. If you're using it with substances or just completely blocking something out, you're like, I don't want to work at my shadow work. Well, then at that point, that's just avoiding
Mhm.
or not ready at that point in time or ignorant to the fact that that actually might help you get out of it.
Mhm.
The only way out of anything is to do the work and heal, or to practice and to get good at something that you want to achieve or work through. You go in the other direction, it causes complications.
Mhm.
Yep. All right.
Well, that's everyone.
We're ending it on a big note there. Wow.
Big Stirk for all your wisdom, and everyone just live long and foster your connection with your astral body, and you'll
And I do want to say with disassociation, because it is a big note to end it on, that when I say that love and care, like a tremendous amount of compassion and support needs to be there for those individuals, because it's a very complex and multi-layered affair, and it doesn't resolve itself quickly. It's not just get up and do it and get hardcore and do it. Like, you need to be very soft and hold safe containers for those things to express itself. Those are like really, really intense moments to go through.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks, Steph, for interviewing me at the Star Temple. It's been a divine pleasure talking all about the astral body today. Excellent.
Great time.
I'll have my link down at the end of the video. If anybody needs anything for energetic services, please reach out. Thank you, Steph, for coming on today and doing this divine recording. Looking forward to sending it out into the vortex for the collective to absorb some of the astral body wisdoms.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, take care, everyone.
Okay, bye.
Thanks for visiting the Quantum Cafe and Interstellar Lounge. Thanks again, Steph,
Yeah.
for joining. And we'll talk to you all soon. Have a wonderful rest of your day.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.